Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Bada, and welcome to my way of life. Today, this is the 4th ever episode of Content Wheel, so let's get on with the video. Let's spin the wheel. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Boom. All right. Interesting topic. I actually wanted to talk about this. How to deal with people you don't like. Oof. All right. So, happens a lot. There are around 7 billion people in the world, right? That's a lot of people. And you're not gonna like all of them, because that's just ridiculous. That means you have problems that should be addressed in other lives. But there's a lot of people in this world, and it just shows, and you're not gonna meet all of them, but it just shows that there's a lot of people you're gonna meet in your life, and you're not gonna like all of them. You'll be lucky if you like 50% of them, to be honest. But that's because there's so many different perspectives and people have so many different lives that it's so hard to agree on, I don't know, their values, perspectives, how they treat people, and everything like that. And so, number one of the biggest advice I can give you is, you gotta realize, do they add any value to your life? Do you value their opinion? Or are they giving you something physically for you to grow? Or are they keeping you happy? Or anything like that? You gotta realize if they do that. And if they don't, that's easy. You don't like them for some reason, and they add zero value to your life. Cut, instantly, gone. Gone. There's no stakes there, it's easy. But the hard part is when they start affecting your life in any way, shape, or form. Because, I don't know, maybe your friends like him or her, or maybe like your family actually has a lot of respect for them, but you don't like them, so you just have to act like you do. And these are all these little things. But you gotta realize what kind of changes this person's, if this person wants to leave your life, you gotta understand what kind of changes it can happen in your life. So, an example for me is, so basically, there was this guy, and he goes to one of the clubs I go to, and, everyone seems to like him. He seems pretty cool, but, to me, he seems like the worst person. Everything about his core being is just, there's something about me that just makes me copiously angry. And for some reason, I didn't know why, right? So because I didn't know why, I just felt like it was my problem. I was like, all right, cool. Maybe something about me there's something about him I don't like. Maybe I'm just being too weird. So I just kind of left it. But more as I see him more and spend time with him more, I just start seeing all these problems with him, right? And so you got to realize, but this is the example where he has no effect on my life. There's no point in me hating him because he has zero effect on my life. So I just kind of cut him out. So a few years ago, maybe 1 or 2 years ago, there was this friend I had, and he was pretty cool. And I was chilling with him. So I was just meeting him just recently, and I didn't, at the start I didn't like him, and it was just obvious because there's something about him, just the way he looked at life, completely just pissed me off. But as time went on, I started to realize that there's no point in hating someone. It's when you understand that hate or disliking someone is happening in your life, it doesn't make anyone feel better. Because when you so if I hate someone, and so I'm projecting all this brain thought in my head and trying to show him or prove him that he's a bad person to myself, I'm spending all my brain power on that person that you don't like. You're giving your time. Just saying, you can't buy time. The time is such intense value, and you're spending all of it on this person that you don't like. That's ridiculous. It makes zero sense to do that. So you spending all this time and energy and brain power hating this person, just You're like, God, he's so dumb, annoying. God, I hate him so much. What is that doing? You're wasting time, you're wasting energy, and okay, let's say the other person hates you back now. Wow. Now what? He hates you, he's wasting his energy, you're wasting your energy, both of you are just wasting your life. So that's just horrible. So you gotta understand that hating someone, not the best idea. But if someone is direct, like choosing to affect your life, so you don't like this person and he is affecting your life so negatively. I don't know, he's making your life miserable. He's talking bad about you all the time, or he's trying to hurt you in physical or mental ways, and you just despise this person because he's actually affecting your life negatively. Then it's a hard part because you can't just say no, I'm not going to deal with you because he's in your face. He's here and he's just like, you can't ignore when someone's this close to your face. And now what do you do? Well, there's multiple ways to work with it. What I do personally is that I do it very straightforward. I talk to them. I confront them basically. I'm like, yo, what's your problem with me? Like, what did I do? All this stuff. And some people don't like that, and some people just start avoiding you. Well, that's good. Then he's not in your face no more. But if someone's in your face, you gotta match that same energy. Because if you're trying to dodge away and trying to not just ignore him, he's just gonna have more power over, or her. Sorry, my bad. Or her is gonna have more power over you, be in your face and affect all your problems. So I think you gotta match the energy. But if someone's being in your face, you gotta actually talk to them. Like, yo, what's your problem with me? What did I do? And you gotta talk to them. And talking is super important with people in general. Just anything to do with people and people problems can be solved just about by talking. You talk about why you have problems with me. What's going on? What did I do? Well, what did you do that you don't know? There's so many different factors in why someone could dislike you or be up in your face, that talking about them is one of the number one ways. And you can have like a good hour or two just talking to each other about everything. And in most cases, you end up like being kind of close with that person because, like, I don't know, it just works like that because you're just putting out so much. And it's about that showing when you talk and you talk about your actual problems and your actual problems, not like if they don't want to talk, then it's offer. But if you're genuinely showing it, like confronting, ask him, yo, what's the problem? Why do you don't like me? And he says some actual valid reasons. Yeah. Boom. And then you can talk about it. And that actually creates relationships because you're talking about your problems, and people really bond over problems. It's like a normal thing, apparently. So when you have problems, and if you have the same problem, boom, friends. It's that easy. Sometimes making friends is not that hard. Sometimes it is, but if the other person cannot give you valid reasons, and you're just like, oh, because you're dumb, like, then it's a little rough. And at that point, that's the part of life that there's nothing you can do to solve it. If they can't give you a valid reason of why they dislike you, and they're still affecting your life negatively, you just gotta, this is gonna sound really bad, but you just gotta deal with it. But like that, what I mean by that is, you just gotta accept that it's the case, and the thing is, you don't have to worry about it anymore, because they can't give you a valid reasons. That means it's their problem now. It's not something that you did, because they can't give you any reasons why you did wrong. So it's their problem why they hate you, or the way they dislike you, or why they have problems with you, because they can't give you a reason that actually specific good reason why they like you, why they don't like you. So that's actually a win for you, because now you don't have to worry about it, and you just leave it. And yes, and these people could be your, people that you respect, or people that your friends like maybe, and they not liking you can affect your life negatively. And yeah, I understand that completely. This is not as black and white as I'm talking about it, but that's just life. But for your sake and for your own mental sake, you gotta be able to at least have the strength to look at it like that and make decisions like that. Or else, if you get mumbled up in all this complexity, not a lot gets done. You're not getting a lot of value out of your time, because you're spending all this time on the complexity and trying to make everything work without hurting everybody. And it's just not going to work. Sometimes you just got to, gather up the strength and be like, Boom. You can't give me a valid reason. You don't like me. You're affecting my life, but I'll deal with that myself. And I don't want you in my life. Boom. Done. Simple. Gone. But simple doesn't mean easy, and simple actually, most of the time, it's always very hard. And yeah, I think that is one of the best ways to deal with someone that you don't like. Because if you don't like them, and if you have valid reasons, then you can talk to them. So basically, talk about your problems. If there's any problems you're having with anyone in your life, talk about it. And if that doesn't work, and you're putting in actual effort. If you're the one actually hating for invalid reasons, there's a lot of internal stuff. So I'll give you a test. Go. Think about someone you don't like right now. Think about someone you don't like. And think of a valid reason, like a good reason why you don't like that person. And actually think about it from a, not a hater, from let's say blank slate. And you think about someone, and you think about that person and why you don't like them. And if you can come up with a legitimate reason that that you believe is wrong, then that's good. But if you can't think of anything, you're just like, because I don't like him, because he's annoying. That's not good enough reason. That means there's some problems with you, or you don't know the reason, or there's some problems within yourself that you have to deal with. And so there you go. So the 3 things I talked about in this video, basically the main 3 points. If you have problems, talking is number 1. Problems with people, talking, conversations. You gotta talk. And if that doesn't work, you gotta understand that that's it. If they are not willing to talk, then they don't have a valid reason, and it's their problem why they don't like you. And 3, if you're the person that's actually hating someone, you gotta make sure, not hating, because hating is a very negative word. If you dislike someone or disagree with someone, you gotta have good reasons. Like good, valid reasons, and this has to be productive. If you telling them the reason why you don't like them makes them a better person, and you two become closer as friends or as colleagues, then that's huge, huge value. But if that's not the case, and if you tell someone, okay, let's use an example. You go up to someone you don't like, and you go, hey, I don't like you. Another person will go, why? Because you're annoying. Not going to go so well. But if you go after someone and be like, hey, the way you talk to someone, the way you treat your friends is not that healthy, and you're hurting them, and you're creating a lot of stress in their lives. Okay, now that person may take this 2 ways. 1, he goes, no, I'm not. You're dumb. See, that person has their own problems. You're done then. There's not a lot you can do there. But if the other person actually is sane and like a normal person, he'll go up and you say to them, hey, you're hurting your friends and all this stuff. And then he might go, oh, he might not have known. So he'll be like, oh, I didn't know this. And then now he's able to grow, fix the mistakes he's made, and grow up and and you're adding value to their life. And that's the number 1 thing. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.